So today's recipe is going to be a special recipe because we are making some beef baked samosas. Yeah, you heard that right. Beef baked samosas. Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're joining me. Thank you so much. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate you and I am grateful that you continue to support my channel. And if you're new into the channel, welcome to the best family on YouTube. You need to consider subscribing because here we share amazing things. We share simple recipes that you can make from your kitchen, and we make them even more simpler for us to have fun in the kitchen. So for today's video, as you can see from the title, we are going to be making beef samosas, and our beef samosas are not just going to be ordinary samosas, but these are going to be samosas with a twist in that instead of deep frying, which is very common with samosas, we are going to be baking these samosas. I love baked samosas because they come with the perfect crunch, and yeah, you can just get enough of these good simple bites. Yeah, samosa, if you don't know, it's a savory dish, and mostly it's made in a triangular shape and sometimes in moon-like shaped, and it's usually filled with meat or potatoes, depending on your tradition or where you come from or what you love. But you can go ahead and spice up yours like you love it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video and make ourselves some baked samosas. So we are starting off with our fillings for the samosas, and this is our ground beef. We are going to cook it here. So in this cooking pot I have a bit of oil heated up, then I added in my ground beef. Then I'm going to add in some salt. This is simply salt to taste. And then I'm going to give it a quick stir and then cover it up to start cooking. In the meantime, we are going to also prepare the fillings. Like I will chop my cilantro and put it aside. Prepare my garlic cloves. I have about like 4 garlic cloves that are going into the mixture. And then I also get my chilies. I love my samosas with extra spice. So I'm going to chop these up and just set them aside. And I'll also chop up my onion and then also set it aside. On this other side, then we are going ahead to prepare our samosa dough. You need to do this prior because the dough needs to rest for some time. I'm going to leave all the ingredients you need to make this dough on the description box below. So if you want to get the full recipe, kindly check out the description box below and I will leave all the information there. So this is approximately 2 cups all-purpose flour, just plain. I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, and then I have a cup of warm water to knead my dough. This process is simple and you just need to make sure that you get a nice dough here. So don't rush the process, just take your time and make sure that you have a well incorporated dough. After this is done, you need to cover this with a tea towel and let it rest for about 25 to 30 minutes. Then on this other side, I have put 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour in this small cup, and then I'm just going to add in a bit of water. This is going to make my glue that is going to be used to join my samosa pockets. On this side, our ground beef is still cooking, and I'm adding in my chilies because I noticed that when you add these green chilies when something is cooking, then they're even more hot. Okay, that's just my opinion. On this other side, I'm starting to make my samosa balls. I will just cut some small pieces and start to make these pockets. So the process is simply self-explanatory, but I'm just going to let you watch the video. So after cutting these small pieces, then you just need to give them a quick roll like you see in the video. Obviously my sister is helping me out in this recipe because I couldn't be filming and rolling at the same time. Thank you so much, Sissy. So we get into the rolling chapter, one ball at a time. Preparing samosas from scratch is quite taxing, I'm not gonna lie, so you just need to have the patience for it. As you can see, I will let you watch the video because it's quite self-explanatory. I tried as much as possible to show you all the steps that I took for me to get the perfect samosa pockets, so I will anyhow keep explaining where I can. Some cooking oil, you start applying a bit of oil and then you're going to sprinkle a bit of flour and then put your second rolled up piece, a bit of cooking oil, and just go slow on the cooking oil because you don't need to add too much that it's going to slide once you start rolling it up. So we are on the third piece. My sister is obviously a pro on this one, so she's going to go for 4 pieces. As you can see, the process, it's easy, and yeah, the purpose of sprinkling this flour is just to make sure that these pieces don't stick on each other once you start rolling. Then after all the pieces are done, then you just need to give them a quick press and then you start the rolling process. You want to roll them as perfectly as you can because this is what determines what kind of pockets you get in the end. So we are just going to give these pieces a quick roll and then I'll show you the next process. This is the final piece that we have, and there are many methods that you can use to make samosa pockets, but today I'm showing you this style of putting these rolled up piece on my oven. My oven is currently set at 190 degrees Celsius and I'm putting in that dough and then letting it stay there for around 10 minutes or at least until it starts to bubble up. Then I'm going to continue with the other process to make sure that I have enough samosa pockets. As you can see, the process here has already started and I think this one is almost ready. So I'm just going to put it on my surface and then check how good it is. And as you can see, you can just unravel this one and then you can just shape this and get perfect samosa pockets, which are really simple. They are thin, so these are going to give you perfect samosa pockets, which are going to give you very crispy and crunchy samosas in the end. So as you can see, I've just trimmed up all those imperfect parts and then I'm just going to shape this piece into 4 shapes, and look at that. Those are the simplest and the most amazing samosa pockets, and you see it didn't take forever to make this. Then you need to put them in an airtight container so that they can stay supple and they don't dry up, or you can have a zipper bag and then put them in and then they can stay there even for a week in your freezer. Then we come here, then we continue with the same process. As you can see, the oil and the flour helps you to peel off these pieces, and then you can just shape them and cut them into the sizes like you want to make your samosa pieces. So there we go, and we're having the second batch of our samosa pockets. As you can see, one rolled up piece is giving me 4 pieces, so I'm going to get 4 samosas. Then we are jumping into this process, which is also fun. Remember the glue we made right there? This is where you get to use it to join up your samosa pockets, as you can see. So I'm just going to show you slowly how you get to make the samosa pockets. If you really love to see in detail how to make samosa pockets in details, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'm going to do another video on the same. So after the samosa pockets are done, we are just going to ahead to fill up these samosa pockets, as you can see. I'm doing everything at the same time, and I'm getting a perfect final samosa ready to go to the oven once again. Here you can just use your creativity and see the foods that you like. This is also another batch, and I'm going to fill them up again. Just fill up the samosas just with enough mixture so that it doesn't overflow, and then you're able also to glue them together later. You need to preheat your oven for around 15 minutes and set it at 180 degrees Celsius. And then the baking time for these samosas is around 15 to 20 minutes. Remember that we have made perfect samosa pockets, and these are very thin, so they are not going to take a lot of time in your oven. As you can see, I'm having a party for samosas, but these are good, and once they are cooked you can still save them and reheat them for later. And this is the final product, guys. Oh, these are amazing. You need to try this recipe, and if you do, don't forget to let me know how it goes. I'm sure you are going to love it. I hope you loved this video, and if you did, don't forget to do the good stuff, like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye guys.